This is the rear wheel off of Schwinn Stingray, the Orange County deal. And I wanted to customize it, make it into a 21 speed. So I took two axles and welded them together. I needed about 10 1/4 inches from what I recall. And I took the stock single speed sprocket and I welded it to this assembly. I used the inner bearings on the stock sprocket and the outer bearings on the, I guess, the cassette, the 7-speed sprocket. But I just don't like it. It engages, but I don't hear that clicking noise that I like. So I went with Plan B. I took a mountain bike axle, and I just cut the spokes out, took the cassette off, and I took a pipe cutter and I cut the axle housing in half. And I know some people are going to be upset. I had this old GT aluminum frame. The axle housing that I cut in half was aluminum. And I cut a section of the seat post out. And I put it in a hydraulic press and pressed it on there. This is actually one of the holes that held the water bottle cage. So I got a 4.5 inch axle housing, just like the one that came stock with the Schwinn. And I can reuse that long axle that I made. But here's the 7-piece, the 7-gear sprocket assembly. I don't know if I can do this with one hand or not. But you just, when it winds backwards, it gets that nice little clicking sound. And I like that. Real picky about my clicking sounds. So this is the stock axle and the bearings. So I'll just put that rascal back together with my extra long axle, and this thing will be good to go. I put a mountain bike set of cranks. I'm going to pause this and go out to the carport. Here's the frame. I cut a piece of tubing out of a Specialized mountain bike and notched it out to fit there so I could mount a front derailleur. And somewhere around here I have the cranks. This is the color that I've chosen for the bike. I got some stuff sandblasted, primered, and painted. I'm going to have orange accent, like nuts and bolts are going to be orange, and the spoke nipples are orange. Oh, here they are. This is the original pedals. I kind of polished them up a little bit. That came with the chopper. But this is a mountain bike front crank set, and it just fit right on there. So one of my conundrums that I'm in is the rear sprocket assembly is going to force me to move this dropout out 1.25 inches. So I've been consulting with some people that have more brain power than I do, and they're going to help me cut that off and re-weld it on there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will keep you posted as I make progress. And just for the record, my friend Scott Hager gave me this shaper with all these bits, and I used it to make some molding for a guy that I was working for, turning his 1947 flexible bus into a RV. And that guy gave me this little Lincoln Weld Pack 100 MIG welder. Went down to a local place here in Bowling Green, Missouri, and got me a tank. And then Scott also gave me this belt sander, 9-inch disc and 6x48 flat belt. My friend Shane Duke gave me this old Makita compound miter saw. Works great. It works great. I am so indebted to my circle of friends. And I know this place is a disaster. Every once in a while I'll come out, I'll stay up till 1 or 2 in the morning cleaning it up. But this is a man cave here, buddy. And with that, turn on some of these lights. I sandblasted and painted the axle housing and the spokes. It's the first time I ever relaced a wheel. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. There's my sandblasting cabinet. And the light that I got mounted in there actually came out of the hockey player Brett Hull's house. When I was working for a union construction company, they remodeled his house, and I got an antique mirror and some kitchen cabinetry, and that light that I mounted in there. Alrighty.